come in?
Please come.
Good afternoon, sir. Good afternoon. Good afternoon, sir. Thank you.
Please have a seat.
Thank you, sir.
You are Pulkit Bansal.
Yes.
Please give your brief introduction.
Sir, I'm Dr. Pulkit Bansal, a 24-year-old medical graduate from All India Institute of Medical Sciences, New Delhi. I was born in Ludhiana, but my bringing has been in Delhi. So I am a Delhiite. My father is an advocate and my mother is a homemaker. This is my first attempt at UPSC.
Mr. Pulkit, you are a doctor.
Yes, sir.
Why you want to be in the civil services? You have done your graduation, and that is MBBS from top level institute, AIMS. People don't get admission there. Why you want to be a civil servant?
Sir, getting into civil services was not an intention when I took admission in MBBS. It was in third year of my college when I was posted in a rural posting in Ballabgarh, Haryana. So, sir, there I realized that patient is not just a person with medical illness. There are a lot of aspects behind patients. For example, the knowledge, awareness, his economic condition, his social condition. So I wanted to work in those domains, and also later I got to realize that there was a senior of mine who also took this unconventional step of switching from medical services to UPSC, and then in the services as a DM, he is doing quite a good work, especially in the health domains like substance use disorders in northeastern part of the country. So that this services can provide me diverse opportunities is what attracted me, and I changed my mind to switch to this.
With your experience and knowledge in the health system, how can you contribute in the civil services in a better way?
Sir, as civil services provide me diverse roles. For example, during my field work as a district magistrate or sub-district magistrate, we have discretionary powers to work in various domains like sanitation. We can work in National Rural Health Mission, where ASHA workers and others we can contribute towards their training or ensuring better infrastructure or logistic supplies. We can focus on sanitation. So these are various domains which are interconnected with health. We can create awareness also, sir. So these are domains in which I can work as a field officer. Then at the level of ministries, as a secretary, we can give our inputs during policy making, which can help the society in health terms.
Okay, Pulkit, are you aware what is the doctor-patient ratio these days? Latest doctor-patient ratio in India?
Sir, although WHO recommends doctor-to-patient ratio as 1:1,000, but in India, combining the Ayush practices also, the ratio is 1 doctor per 834 population.
Okay. You come from Ludhiana. Now you are settled in Delhi, na?
No. Sir, my mother's home, my maternal grandmother's home is in Ludhiana. I was just born there, but I've been living throughout my childhood since my birth in Delhi.
Okay. Do you know anything about Ludhiana? Should I ask something?
Yes, sir. I have read about it.
Okay.
You can ask, sir.
So what is famous about Ludhiana? How it is known for? What it is known for?
Sir, Ludhiana is one of the big industrial towns of Punjab. It is famous for its industries as well as hosiery, garment industry.
Can you name a few industrialists, known industrialists come from Ludhiana who are doing very well in the business?
Sir, I am unable to recall the names of the industries, but famous industries like bicycle industries of Hero Cycles, these are from Ludhiana.
Okay. Any known face or any known businessman in the internet or in the communication industry?
Sorry, sir.
Thank you, Pulkit. No.
Thank you, sir.
Okay. What's the meaning of Pulkit?
Ma'am, Pulkit means one who is happy or who is joyful, cheerful.
Who's joyful. Okay, you are joyful?
Yes.
Okay. Tell me, what's the philosophical relevance of the zero?
Ma'am, our Asian civilization and the philosophical schools of our country have delved deep into this aspect, philosophical basis of zero. Zero, in my limited understanding of philosophy, is about uh, emptiness. Zero tells that uh, there is a kind of vacuum which, for example, in our journey to get salvation, we need to just get rid of this material aspects, materialism, and just we have to be shunya, we have to achieve shunya, and then we will get the moksha.
Are you into meditation?
No.
Fine. Suppose for one way you will become whatever you want to become. What you want to become?
Ma'am, I want to become a content and satisfied person.
If you want to become some personality, which personality you want to take it?
Ma'am, then I will want to become the Pulkit Bansal. I don't want to become any other personality. I want to become Pulkit Bansal.
Why? Why?
Ma'am, because we have already a person in the form which we are trying to evaluate, we are trying to copy. So we want that a better person, trying to setting up better standards than the previous personality should be there.
Okay. Suppose the riot breaks out in your own district and you are the head of that district. What steps you will be taking?
Ma'am, first of all, I would ensure that no misinformation spreads, and we'll try to find out the actual cause of the riot through SGMs or tehsildars or police stations. I will try to find out what is the cause of the riots. Then I have to ensure that we have adequate reserve force to counteract the rioters. I have to reach the destination site to get hold of the situations myself. We have to talk to the conflicting parties regarding their demands and what is the issue at hand, and we will try to, ma'am, use force and as well as discussions to ensure that it stops.
Okay. Is there any difference between meditation and mindfulness? As you were talking about zero.
Ma'am, in my limited understanding, I believe that mindfulness is more about self-awareness, your emotional intelligence, like what are your emotions, what are your awareness, what is your awareness about the surroundings, yourself, and meditation is focusing your internal energies with someone. The extreme, the supernatural power, if one believes, and trying to connect with it, trying to gain some positive energy. This is my limited understanding.
That means you mean to say that spirituality and religion is the same thing?
No, ma'am. Religion not only encompasses this spirituality, but it also has some tangible methodology or materialistic approaches. But and it's a more of a collective action or a collective feel rather. But spirituality is more of an individualistic approach, trying to connect with the superpower.
Hello, Pulkit.
Yes,
You follow financial world news?
little bits.
Little bit. Of late, global markets have been falling, and especially India is performing very poorly. What are the reasons? You are aware of any reasons?
Sir, in the recent past, there has been flight of capitals. FPIs have been dwindling in the country. Some of the reasons why is that so is because of the Trump 2.0. Has been the policy the America is taking is actually leading to a strengthening of dollar, and investors are reassessing their benefits and risk, and they are finding US bonds more attractive, so they are shifting their capital towards US.
So what are the impacts on our rupee dollar exchange rate?
So, sir, because the demand for dollar is increasing and demand for rupee is decreasing, there is depreciation.
What are the various ways in which the rupee exchange can be managed?
Sir, one is the market exchange, free market exchange regulation, in which the market forces are at play. Another one is the controlled operations, which RBIs also do through open market operations, etc.
Do you support regulation of like interference of RBI?
Sir, to some extent, yes.
Why?
Sir, because if we as a country are totally keeping these kind of processes to the play of market forces, then if, for example, sir, rupee depreciates, then we have a lot of large amount of population which is dependent on imports of, like, say, edible oil or for energy purposes, and that will cause inflation to rise. And then we have inequality in our country, in which many people are not able to afford that. So we need a state which is aiming for welfare of the society.
Okay. You have stayed in Delhi most of your life.
All of my life. Sir.
All of your life. Tell me, what are the various levels of GRAP in Delhi?
Sir, there are 4 levels of GRAP, Graded Response Action Plan, in which there are various step-by-step measures to control the pollution in Delhi. For example, sir, exactly, I am not aware. Some of the steps include banning of vehicles, pollution-emitting vehicles entering into the Delhi, stoppage of construction, then closing of schools and colleges, shifting to online mode, etc.
For past few years, you are in AIMS only.
Yes.
As part of JR-ship, which department were you associated with?
I was in, sir, neuroradiology.
Neuroradiology. Okay. Okay. Tell me something about medical diplomacy.
Sir, medical diplomacy is that part of diplomacy in which the medical assets of the country are being used to fulfill the national interest.
National interest. That's great. And do you think how India is performing on this front?
Sir, for example, medical tourism is one sector. Second, the kind of initiatives which we took during COVID, like Vaccine Matri, or helping others in during disasters, providing doctors, healthcare facilities. These are some of the ways in which we are performing medical diplomacy.
Okay. So, thank you, Pulkit.
Thank you, sir.
Pulkit, have you heard the term kickbacks?
Yes, sir.
So, do you think it is prevalent? Because whatever we know, like, it's every diagnostic reference carries a commission for the doctor. Ultimately, a consumer is the one, patient is the one who end up paying more in one way or other. Probably, I mean, more price in way of diagnostic test or more through a consultation fee. How are you going to address this if you, being a doctor, is selected as a civil servant?
Sir, I would say that nowadays there is more of emphasis being given on diagnostics tests, because the technology has advanced and we can accurately and precisely target the condition and then start the treatment. But to contain this problem, we can formulate levels or gradations of tests. For example, level 1, level 2, level 3, in which different kind of tests will be done in stepwise manner. So, and a higher level of test can be done only if something is found in the level 1 basic screening test. So this way unnecessary tests can be reduced, and then there will be a incentive, or there will be a reason for the doctor to prescribe. He will or she will have a evidence that since the level 1 tests are abnormal, that's why.
But how to implement that?
Sir,
that is something a doctor should be doing.
Yes.
But how to implement that?
Sir, maybe we can create a commission which looks in medical colleges. We can do it through MSSO, medical superintendent of the hospitals. They can have they can create a policy in the hospital settings for the different departments, and then they can have some sometimes surprise check to enforce those guidelines that we followed
Do
or
you
not.
think digital database of a patient, if it is created, it is also going to help? Because it will contain the overall profile of all the tests. That can also be one of the...
Yes.
Okay.
ABHA accounts are being created
ABHA
for
accounts
this
have been
purpose.
created, correct. Delhi holds a very peculiar position in our constitution. Do you agree?
Yes.
What is your opinion about that?
Sir, Delhi being the capital of India and also given a legislative assembly is unique among all the union territories and states. So is the administrative system, which was implemented through 69 Constitutional Amendment Act 1991. The problems of late...
Any article in the constitution that deals with it?
Article 239 AA. The problems of late, sir, has been more of political ones rather than the institutional ones, because we have seen earlier also that different governments at center and state, they could work well if the intentions are there. So,
But whose intentions were not there?
so I think the both sides are to be blamed for this, not just one party. Both parties are to be blamed, and more of cooperative federalism can be. There is need for more cooperative federalism to ensure that people of Delhi do not suffer.
Do you think the 3 subjects which are not with the state government should also be transferred to the state government?
Sir, the rationale for keeping those 3 exceptions was that because the central government's place is also in Delhi, the various diplomatic embassies, their security and these government buildings are there in Delhi. So I don't think, sir, in my limited understanding of the subject, that any change should be there. I think government should try to manage the issues within the frameworks of the constitution.
All right. My last question. What are your views about same-sex marriage in view of the latest judgment also? What is your opinion?
Sir, as the incidences of same-sex marriage and LGBTQ movement is gaining prominence in India, there should be an emphasis to protect the rights of these people. They should not be just punished for their having views which is different from the majoritarian view. But on the other hand, sir, institutionalizing the same-sex marriages will create a lot of problems, which was also enlisted during the Supreme Court hearing of the case. So I think, sir,
What would be those problems?
sir, for example, adoption problems, or how will the property be inherited, in whose name, what will be the rule.
But these are all procedural things that can easily be taken care of through an amendment
Yes.
or whatever.
So I think, sir, the way is through legislature rather than courts having deciding, and a general societal consensus should be built. For example, if society is not able to accept these things, I think we should let the society take its own course.
But don't you think it's a little subjective thing to say like society is also not acceptable to the fact that, women should be made CEO, let's suppose. So will we okay with that?
No, sir. Actually, there sometimes law is being used to nudge society towards a direction. So I am not against that, but I would say that these problems should be first. These problems, like what will happen if once we institutionalize the marriages, they should have proper framework to ensure that there is no hustle bustle later on. And once that is done, I think Parliament can bring in a law to ensure that these people also get their rights.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you.
Pulkit Bansal, you've been living in Delhi for how many years?
Ma'am, almost my age, 24 years.
Okay. And you said what influenced you to join this services or to initiate towards this is one of the rural posting. You've been in Delhi for so many years. Don't you think that, being a medicine graduate, living in Delhi gave you a lot of privileges, and just one posting cannot be a determining factor for joining this kind of a service?
Regarding privileges, I don't think uh, they can act as a nudge towards not joining civil services. But there was not just one posting. I stayed almost for 4 or 5 months later also in my internship. So all those factors were there which influenced my decision.
Okay. If I were to ask you, what are the top 3 leadership qualities which is a must in a civil servant, what would you say?
Ma'am, first, the civil servant should be skillful. He or she should provide some utility to the system. He should not be or she should not be a burden to the system. Second, he should be a person with moral integrity so that the skills are not misused. And third, he should be having the quality of leading a team. It's not an individualistic approach, it should be more of a collective team effort.
Okay. If I were to ask you the top 3 issues which you would address in Delhi, what would they be?
Ma'am, as we all are probably the residents of Delhi, we all must have faced the problems of air pollution. Number one. Number two, the traffic congestion, and number three, I would say, ma'am, Yamuna's water pollution.
So when it comes to the Yamuna water pollution, it's not that it's not been addressed. Why has there been no conclusion on it or effective measures which could solve that issue as yet?
Ma'am, as we were discussing in the previous speaker's question, the tussle between the state government and the central government is also one of the factors. I think with the coming of a new government having a similar ideology, the problem will see the solution soon.
Okay. You said you were working with the neuroradiology.
Yes, ma'am.
What is your take on artificial intelligence and consciousness?
Ma'am, I think artificial intelligence is yet to acquire consciousness of its own, and the emotional aspects of human consciousness, I think there will be a challenge for artificial intelligence to cope with.
So is it good or bad?
Ma'am, I think artificial intelligence should be used more to complement human skills and qualities rather than as a replacement for humans, and that is good because we have to survive on this earth. So that is good that artificial intelligence is not overpowering us in every domain. There are some aspects where we have the control.
You think singularity is near?
Ma'am, I don't think so.
Okay. There's a recent article about AIMS doctors warning of the steroid misuse, which could trigger silent blindness. What is your take on that?
Ma'am, especially in the rural areas, there are quacks who are untrained medical professionals. So what the steroid is a steroid is a magic drug. It can almost relieve the pain. It can make the person feel better. So what they're doing is that for any condition, whether infectious, non-infectious, they are prescribing steroids, giving steroid injection. So the person who is not aware of the medical consequences feel satisfied that yes, it's working. But the long-term consequences of the side effects of the steroids are such that it can affect almost every organ. For example, it can cause blindness, it can cause obesities, abdominal striations. So there is need. It can even cause avascular necrosis of the joints, which can make person crippled for the life. So there is need to use these steroids judiciously, and that is why I think AIMS doctors are being protesting.
Okay. Thank you so much, Pulkit.
Thank you.
Pulkit,
Yes.
you have taken sociology as your optional.
Yes.
You must have read about Max Weber.
Yes.
Can you tell me something about his concept of bureaucracy?
Sir, according to Max Weber, he felt that bureaucracy is the most efficient way to organize a productive activity. He gave some ideal type of bureaucracy in the form that it's a hierarchical structure. There are written rule-based orders. The persons are selected based on merit. They are being paid incomes, salaries. There is a rigid rule-based structures which can lead to iron cage of rationality. So these are some of the features he talked about bureaucracy, and he predicted that bureaucracy will be in rise in the coming times.
So does it reflect Indian bureaucracy? Does we have the qualities of Weber's bureaucracy in the Indian bureaucracy?
Sir, to some extent, yes. For example, the problem of red tapeism, the phenomena of lakir ke fakir, like absolutely rule based and having no compassionate grounds to help the society. But on the other hand, sir, some discretion is being given to the civil servants, and if they have the intention, they can also do good jobs, and there also not complete rigid hierarchy. There's some informal discussions, so that makes it a slightly different from the ideal life which Weber envisaged.
Okay, one last question. Pulkit, our first Home Minister talked about bureaucracy as a steel frame of the constitution, steel frame. But looking at the recent, some instances, when you go through the newspapers and when you see so many things, do you feel that from objective or from the steel frame of the nation, our bureaucracy is becoming a committed bureaucracy?
Sir, I think in this political interference has to be blamed. There is more of, I think, either my way or highway is approach being followed, that those who are not conforming to political masters, they are being sidelined or shifted to shunt postings, etc. But in bureaucracy as such, as we also prepare during our UPSC preparation, we are being trained in this journey of preparation that we have to try to focus on all the aspects of the problem and take a balanced view. And I think the previous civil servants have also taken such an approach, but it's more of a political interference and the media highlights which make us feel that there is a committed bureaucracy. I think many hardworking, neutral, balanced civil servants are also there in the service.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Pulkit.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Please have a seat.
Thank you, sir.
Pulkit, आप बताइए, what do you think about your mock?
Sir, there will be definitely some gaps and I will work on them.
Okay. In your opinion, what was lacking in your mock?
Sir, maybe structuring of answers.
Okay. Okay. The panel thinks that you are a very good candidate.
Thank you, sir.
Your communication is excellent. Your confidence is okay. Your eye contact, body language, everything fine. Your content is very good. And you answered in a very balanced way. Whatever the questions you answered, it was very balanced. Some of the situational questions you could have done better. And the panel observes that there were few questions from philosophy you didn't know.
Yes.
You attempted. You should not attempt it.
Okay.
Whatever you don't know, you say you don't know. Because had the interview gone to that side, it could have been worse for you.
Yes.
Because you have many good points. You are MBBS from AIMS, you know everything, you have a pleasing personality. As far as your age is concerned, you know more than your age. Your content is excellent. Fine. Communication, no problem. Panel does not find anything except the questions you don't know, you should not say.
Okay.
Okay. And I think voice you can be little bit louder.
A little bit more energy.
Yeah.
A little bit more energy.
Sometimes you seem to be tired. But you need to be little bit more energetic.
Okay, sir.
Okay. और आप इंटरव्यू में ये पहन कर जाओगे और
No, sir. I
suit.
will get a suit and will shave myself and have a proper hair.
Okay.
combs. Yeah.
Okay,
Even the
And
shoes.
Lace shoes? Ma'am?
It's
and
better.
shoes.
It's
Lace
better.
shoes has always been preferred.
Okay.
Okay, and definitely the sock should match.
Yes, sir.
तो आपने पहले मॉक दिया है
Yes, sir.
तो उनका क्या ऑब्जर्वेशन था?
Sir, structuring of the answers and some in-depth understanding of the issues.
Okay. As this panel is concerned, your answers were very good, very balanced. No, there is no need of structuring of the answers. But you don't know, whatever you don't know, you say no.
Yes.
Because अगर आप उसमें फंस गए, your interview will go to that and that will not be good for you.
Yes.
Otherwise, you are a very good candidate and you are going to be selected and you will get a good rank.
Thank you.
कब है आपका interview?
8th April, ma'am.
8th April, it's time.
Enough time.
Yes. 1 month.
Anything you want to
Budget
know?
बहुत अच्छे से करके जाइए.
Yes.
Okay, anything else you want to know? You can prepare your answer in a more better way. You are going to get a question why you want to be in the
A doctor.
civil
Yes.
being a doctor, because there is a need of doctors in the.
Yes.
There's a lot. Our country needs lot of doctors.
Yes.
And you must have many seniors from same college, even the top ranks also. I think Dr. Sheena Agarwal was the one.
She is in Punjab, Ludhiana.
So she was the
get
rank one, and
rank
she
one.
also did MBBS from
Yes,
AIIMS.
AIIMS.
I mean, just have a look at her transcript also. Same question was asked to her also.
Sir, I think this transcript concept came later. She was quite senior.
No, but some interview might have been there, so where she would have told definitely. Just have a look. I'm not saying
Yes.
you have to adopt
I
the
searched,
same.
sir, but I didn't find out.
But you'll get many opinions on that.
Okay, all the best.
Thank you.
All the
sir.
best.
All the best.
All the best.
All the best.
Thank you.